stop this, you can't stop this. You can't stop this.
Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter, and they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Today, an exciting battle in the NFC between the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints. Not a kicker or a punter here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Check, Panther.
Now running here with Jaden Blue. Drops by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there. Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance, focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in balance.
Saints adding an extra DB. This is 3rd down.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. That's caught. This is Addison. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
So 1st down from the 41.
Let's go. Hot 70, hot 70.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Still has some space inside the 35. And he's taken down at the 30. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage. Sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First carry here for the rookie out of Penn State. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. Gains 15 there. That'll be good for a Dallas first down.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play-action pass to come.
Ready.
Play action with Richardson. Throw is caught. He's out of bounds. Looks like right around the 5-yard line, partner. So they can be set up for 1st and goal.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight ends, because that's your bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. So now a timeout for a player who was shaken up on that previous snap, and I think we can all agree not what any of us were hoping to see as we close out this regular season. So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go now.
Blue. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Cowboys finish up an excellent opening series. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep. Certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ. I'm going to guess so. until that defense proves it can stop it.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cowboys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Now running for the first time with Andrik Estime. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 20.
This is Estime on 2nd down. He won't be able to get past the line. And very quickly, Brock, they could be facing 3rd down to begin this ball game. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
3rd down, here's Shuck. It's on target to Johnson. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. 12 yards on that play, and a good call, and that's of the 1st.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
We've set it downs for him from the 31. From the gun, here's Estime. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Kobe Dean in on the tackle. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
2 yards on the
Shotgun snap to Shuck. He's going to move past the 45. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
This is Devin Neal with it. On the move, past the 40. And he's going to bring this down to their 35. Pickup of 17. That's good for a Saints 1st down.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10 plus, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
Go, Chap! Cougar 19!
Shotgun handoff to Estime. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Offense up to the line fast.
31. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Shuck working from the gun. Hauled in by Olave, left side. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
70 Lions! Go!
They give inside to Estime. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Offense in the hurry up here.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Shuck now from the gun.
14-yard line.
Cut near the goal line. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints finish off their opening drive. On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints start off well to tie things 7-7. after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Here's a return from the 7. Showing a little burst so far. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Cowboy 80. Mustang 19.
On first down, it's Richardson. Has him on a quick hitter. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They're looking at second and pretty short. Rush coming for Richardson. Passing downfield, working the left. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. A 28-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Dallas first down. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just not thrown on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Here's the one back on the handoff. And they're going to bring him down as he makes it all the way to the 12. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. Just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go. 70 Timberwolves. 19, Charger, 19, go.
Up the middle, Blue. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send it backwards. Working quickly here.
Second Pirates. Lions. Warriors 17.
Richardson back to throw. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
13, 5 here. Let's go. Viking 18.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He brings it in. And they catch him just in time to prevent the first, but that got very close, didn't it? It's 4th and maybe a yard.
Feet nines, Kate. Feet nines, they so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet nines move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And that's going to wind up incomplete as that gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
In truth, Kate, kind of felt like he was lucky to get what he got right there. The pressure from this defense to go get that safety, it was on. And that same pressure, well, they're not going to back down here on 2nd down as well.
Pressure coming, it's Shuck. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. This gets them well away from danger as he is up past their 20. It's a Great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
These QBs make it look easy, but that requires such a large amount of body control when you throw it on the move. You got to be able to get the same accuracy you would if your feet are set. Sure takes a lot of repetition to make it look easy.
Here's Estime up the middle. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Offensive line fast.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 20.
Throwing. Chuck. Finds his running back, Aldrich Estime. That's good room at the 35. The big play nets him 17 yards. That's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. You look at running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, it's a difficult on the defense.
We've set of downs from 37. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Caesars Superdome in just a moment. We've set of downs from 37. From the gun, carry by McLaughlin. Wild threat, first down he met. No gain on that first down run. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
To throw. Short pass brought in. And this one doesn't go far.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call a gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Play number 7 on this drive, and they need 7 here on 3rd down. 3rd and long, they're going to throw. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
The offense is not coming off this field. They're trying it on 4th and 7.
Here we go, set. Liking 18.
Trying for it with Shuck. Connects on the crosser. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. It's an 8-yard gain and a great call there on 4th down. Keeps this drive moving.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. Crossing up throwing that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
They work against the blitz.
46-yard line.
He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe, maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
So the grounding backs him up and wipes away 2nd down. A very tough 3rd down play here. Third and long for him here. Has a man on target to Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints get some late points and the lead. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown. I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olson would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. That's Jonathan Mingo, complete. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock still running. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
That's Ferguson. He brings it in. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Here we go. Here we go.
First down throw here from Richardson. To the left and wheeled in by Ferguson. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Once more now, it's Richardson. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Justin Reed has the INT. There he goes, right sideline. Into the end zone he goes. Pick 6 and a New Orleans touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, and the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers. And he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10. Saints find themselves with some good field position starting out. Rush coming for Shaw. Throw left side finds Johnson. And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. That one hits for 30. And that's good for a Saints first down.
Create that play so indicative of why tight ends in this league have become just an X factor. Right, they're big. They can block at the line of scrimmage. But the elite guys, well, they've got that speed, and they can take something short and make a difference with it down the field.
Here's a handoff to Estime. He's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down. Offense in a hurry up here.
Brought down back at the 38-yard line.
Shop working from the gun. Estime makes the catch. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio. This guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, McLaughlin. And he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal coming up.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense. And chew up that clock.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Now run by Neal. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
From the gun, here's McLaughlin. And there's a sideline from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. A gain of 8, and now they're going to enjoy 3rd and goal from the 1.
It's now 3rd.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you've kind of set yourself up. Actually, you've set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
Only need to fall forward 1 more yard. Here's 3rd and goal.
Ready? Cougar 19. 79 Broncos.
Chuck running the sneak. And he's in for the touchdown. The Saints grow the lead coming out of halftime. All right, Brock, wondering your thought here, because to me it felt like they already had a play picked out to go for it on 4th down if that sneak hadn't worked. Do you agree?
Well, by they, if you mean the guys in the booth on the sideline, sure. With the 11 on the field, that effort just showed you they were not thinking about anything else but pushing it across the line.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints stretch their lead to 21.
Cowboys 7th.
Reed now to kick this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready?
Throwing now, Richardson. Taken in by Addison, left side. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's a modest little drag route. But if you ever just need a safe short gain on throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. Toward the sideline, and he's got Pickens. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing, getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
The Saints going with some extra defensive backs on this 3rd down. Alone back to the backfield, and they give it to him. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A pickup of 2 yards. First down.
Richardson on 1st and 10. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Richardson now on 2nd and 10. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Saints will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback. But exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. They run with Neal. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
At the 46-yard line.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Now an inside handoff. McLaughlin. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Giving 6 yards on the run, so it's going to be 3rd and 5.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
Ground sets. This is 3rd and 5. Chuck now from the gun. Completed to his running back. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. That's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. It's their football, and with that type of lead we've got on the scoreboard, this game pretty close to over. All set to go now from the 35.
Let's go.
1st and 10. Here's McLaughlin. Going in there full steam ahead, but ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Come on, set. Hawk, 18, pioneer. 72, undercrush.
Here's Neal. Stopped after a gain of 2. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Working quickly here.
At the 33-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
3rd down, here's Shuck. It's complete. This is a Robin. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know, they call the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's a money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Damian Martinez. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
The thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
Let's go now. 70,
Here's a give to Martinez. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's got the first down grab and still going. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Gain of 10 yards.
It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
There has been a constant for tight ends through the decades, from Kellen Winslow to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. When you are big and you've got length and use your body against those defenders, even double coverage can't stop you.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Saints very close to an 11th win this season. 4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal.
Roll! 60 Bison, 60.
McLaughlin is across the line for the New Orleans touchdown. The Saints keep adding to that 4th-quarter lead. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints continue piling onto this lead. Reed now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Pick up at 17. And that's good for a Dallas 1st down. One play and Brock in his drive is already in enemy territory.
Packer 60,
Richardson now on 1st and 10. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. The big play, and that's him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Dallas 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 31.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
On 1st down, it's Richardson.
Cowboy 1st down.
Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him out in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
From the red zone on 1st. Bails out of the pocket quick. He takes it himself. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
And if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But and that's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. They'll have a pickup of 3, which is good enough to make it 1st and goal. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys putting up points in a game decided. Now this one has been a long game, no doubt. But hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
Their own 35-yard line.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Here's a design run. So it's a win for the Saints. And they end the season on a great note, Brock, with a W in the final chapter of this year's campaign. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from New Orleans.